ever thought about design as a career. I have another career that's unconnected to design, that's like a more left brain career. So I don't think I thought about design in that way until I bought my first home. And so when I did that, I really had to think about how I wanted to live in it, and how I wanted to present it to the world, because, you know, people come to visit. And I was the first person in my little nuclear family to own a home. So of course I thought about how I wanted it to look. After a couple of years of doing that for myself, you know, word gets around, I guess. People come and view your properties, especially if they're for resale. And, you know, some other investors were asking me to help them, you know, design their investment properties. I have a research background. I have a master's degree, like I said, in another field. So I'm a curious person by nature. So I like to learn. I can learn fairly quickly. So a lot of self-education, a lot of talking to people who are in the business, sitting with them, kind of working through how they run their business. One of my best friends, she owns a construction company. So just from a business standpoint, there are people that I could talk to. But as far as educating myself on the design world, which is a totally different world than where I come from, you know, mostly talking to designers, reading about their stories, talking to representatives from the various vendors, the showrooms, that sort of thing, and just listening. You know, listening and applying what I've learned. It's basically word of mouth. I have a lot of friends, and I'm working wherever they are. I have a couple of projects in DC that I'm working on now, and a couple of projects here in Chicago. So I will travel. It just depends on, you know, the nature of the project. I think people want to feel like their home is their own, that it really speaks to their sense of comfort, their sense of livability and function. They want to have their home as an expression of, you know, how they kind of navigate the world and how the world sees them. I think homes used to be very depersonalized for a long time. And I think people want you to see them and really see them and their family and how they live. They also want spaces that are flexible. I don't think a lot of people are using dining rooms, for instance. I think that they're willing to convert those into flex spaces. I think they want a home office. They may need two now because, you know, maybe the husband and the wife are working from home or the kids are being homeschooled. So people are basically, to me, personalizing home more. They want their home to be a reflection of them. I like to sit down with clients. I have like a 2-hour meeting basically before we sign the contract. When I go into their home, kind of view how they're living. I go through like, you know, what do you like? You may not even be able to define your style, but if I show you pictures, you can at least say, point to that and say, you know, I like that, or that speaks to me. And I think that that's key. I think that for people to love their space, it really does have to speak to them. So I enjoy that process. It's always anything dealing with the financials. I have a CPA for that. Anything dealing with that, that's always my least favorite. So, but that's part of the business. You have to know it, even if you don't like dealing with it. Oh, I think I'm good at that. I think because this is a second career for me, maybe a third. I think that I'm good at doing that. And sometimes, you just have to understand when maybe you're not a good fit, even if it's based on budget or design style. And that's okay. You can refer people that you know who might be a good fit. My grandmother was very funny. So, I could talk to her and laugh about anything. And I think I just try to take that approach in life. So just coming from a family who likes to joke around, who, we love hard on each other. I think feeling comfortable in that aspect of my life helps me kind of see the world through rose-tinted glasses. Although I know, about the darker side, I just choose to, move forward with optimism. He's a metrologist, which I had never heard of before I met him. That's the science of weights and measures. So you can only really go through that program if you're in the Air Force. So he's ex-military. And but before he did that, he was in construction. So he used to build homes, build roads with concrete and stuff like that. His dad was a plumber. So he's just very mechanically inclined. Like, he can fix a car, he can figure out anything without looking at instructions. So he has that capability, and he always wanted to kind of go into real estate, but he was doing his metrology thing. And then, after we were together a while, we started renovating together. So I profiled him last spring when he was helping. He built the entire slatted dining nook that I feature in my one-room challenge space. I know design can be very competitive. I get that sense. I do feel that, but I don't think that you have to be that way. I think, your journey is your own.